to say in introduction to our next speaker is going to speak about wellness and the F word. So please welcome Ian Davidson.
In a moment, I'm going to get you to give me some ideas, but what I'd like you to do is think about what is on your bucket list or what you might want to put onto your bucket list. So just think about that for a moment. I'll ask you shortly. What could be on a bucket list? Holidays is always a good thing to have on your bucket list. Maybe a holiday to Africa, maybe a holiday to Australia, maybe a holiday to America. Now, they don't all have to begin with A, let me just say that, okay? And what will you do on those holidays in Africa? Maybe go on a wonderful safari. In Australia, you might want to go and walk across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And in America, you could do so many things in America, couldn't you? It's just a case of you could have a bucket list just for America alone. Of course, it doesn't have to be a holiday. It could be something like a new car. One of my friends had worked for a fire protection company. And this fire protection company was a great company to work for, but he decided with his colleague that he was going to set up on his own. He thought, I'm going to set up on my own, so he worked very hard at that. He worked evenings, he worked weekends, and the business was very successful. Now, going back, he must have had on his bucket list this particular car that he'd always wanted. That car was an Aston Martin. He's on to his third Aston Martin now. So obviously he's done very well. As I speak here today, he's driving up to Scotland in his Aston with his wife and doing a Scotland tour. Now, I said I'm going to ask for some of your ideas, so that's what I really want to know. So give me some of your ideas. Put your hand up. What's on your bucket list? Yeah.
Take my kids to Disney.
Take your kids to Disney. Fantastic.
All I'm going to say
the California one or the Florida one?
Our next speaker is going to speak about wellness
Doesn't matter, but
and the F word.
Probably not the Paris one.
So please welcome Ian Davidson.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeremy. Ultra marathon. Wow.
Next year in June.
Fantastic. So that's a sort of a real physical challenge. So how many miles would that be?
62. 62.
Incredible. Wow. What training are you doing for that?
And 5 days a week.
5 days a week. Yeah, that's really, really cool. That's tough, isn't it? I admire you for doing that. We talk about things like your diet and everything else. Any other ideas?
I want to die before my pension pot and savings run out.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Isn't there a book out? Isn't there a book out at the moment? Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a book out that says I want to spend every penny before I die. You know, they want to. So there's all those sort of things. Any other ideas? Yeah.
In this 2 years, I want to live half a year in Brazil.
Live half a year in Brazil. Fantastic. What part of Brazil?
Minas Gerais.
Right. Wow, that sounds fantastic. And reason for that?
Yeah, my lover's family.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. What a thing to live 6 months in the UK and yeah, lovely, fantastic. Yeah. So some amazing bucket ideas on the list there. Absolutely incredible. In all the years I've been talking about bucket lists, and it's a real wellness subject. People will feel really good about it and get some great ideas about what they want to have on their bucket list. Even if it never comes to fruition, it's there. What I would say is I've never, ever seen the F word. What is the F word? The word is friendship. The most powerful, important thing we can all have in our lives, friendship. How do we make that connection with a new friend? Let me look at a circumstance where I'm in, a situation I'm in. I spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm not sure I'm quite ultra-marathon standard, but I do spend a lot of time in the gym. And I network really well there. And what do? I speak to someone and say, oh, what are you doing today? What's your workout you doing? What have you just done? Who's your trainer? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, how many reps do you do? I get into that conversation. Then I find out their name and I try and remember their name. Now, I know we're all probably sitting here thinking, well, I'm pretty good at that. I remember someone's name. But go one step further. If you don't remember their name or you want to remember their name and association. Who are they? Michael, journalist, comes from Australia. Put little tips down in your mobile phone so when you talk to them next time, you will remember that. If you haven't got the chance to go into your mobile phone and you really want to know who that person is in the corner, say, Ed, that gentleman in the corner, the really handsome looking one. Oh, you mean Jeremy? Fantastic. I'll go up to Jeremy and I'll shake his hand. Jeremy, how lovely to see you again. And he thinks, boy, I haven't seen him for 2 or 3 PSA meetings and he remembered my name. So really, really powerful to do that. It's like magic, isn't it? Very magical. Talking about magic, many years ago, my wife and I went to the Paul Daniels show in London. He did some incredible, amazing tricks. A lot better than this, but he was really polished in what he did. And of course, I'm not going to be able to do this now, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try, and I've practiced it so many times. I honestly practiced it so many times. Oh, I think I can do it, eventually. And we looked at his tricks and we thought to ourselves, wow, that is absolutely incredible what he'd done. He was polished, his patter was magical. He may have made a few little errors, but you never knew what they were. And I thought to myself, if I could be as good in my presentation skills as Paul Daniels, if I could be as good at building friendships and networking as he was, then how wonderful that would be going forward. So what do we really try and need to do above anything else with our friendships? We need to build rapport. What is rapport? Rapport is commonality between two people. Finding something that you've got in common with them. If you build that rapport, it can be very, very magical. Apparently, in America at the moment, there's an epidemic of people saying they struggle with friendships. In the UK alone, 50% of people say friendships is a real challenge for them. Making new friends, even keeping some of the friends they've already got. Really such a wonderful thing to have in our lives. And what I say to you is 3 things that I would like to bring into this conversation. 3 tips. Trust. Building trust with that person. Feeling they can trust in you, in what they say to you. People trust in me. I've got some friends that actually will open up completely with me. A bit like if you've been a boys' holiday or a girls' holiday, what happens in Ibiza stays in Ibiza. It's the same with that friendship, isn't it, between the two of us. Open questions, of course, and active listening. A lot of people say, I know about open questions. I'm really good at active listening. Apparently, we only remember 50% of what we actually hear from that person. Let's try and elevate it up to 60, 70, 80, 90% going forward. And open up a bit of yourself. Open up a bit of yourself, because if someone's got a challenging situation, how good it is to say, can I tell you about my experience? I've been through that. This is something that maybe I can help you with. I want to finish by saying, please, when you think of wellness, think of the F word. Think about the importance of friendship. I ask you, will you make a new friend this year, this month, this week, or even today? Add friendship to your bucket list. Thank you.